Serenades and I have been performing for the past few months in Southern Florida, and this week we're actually in West Palm Beach Gardens area. Most of you already know that a lot of times we do our gigs on board a cruise ship, and for that format we usually do a 45-minute show. But for the Florida gigs, we actually had to extend our show to an hour and a half, a full 90 minutes, so basically doubling the show. So we've been rehearsing nonstop. We've been going over numbers over and over again, and this particular week, Amber actually came in to replace Renata, who was previously on the gig with us. And so we had to put Amber in all of the new material. Luckily for me, she did all of her homework, which made the transition a lot easier than expected. But it is a lot of work.
Let's dance, let's shout, shake your body down to the ground. Let's dance, let's shout, shake your body down to the ground.
Hi, I'm Amber MERCOMES. I've been a Serenade since 2014. It's been a little stressful. It was my first time actually doing this version of our show. I came and had already prepared at home so that we wouldn't have too much to do. So when I got to Florida and met up with Marcus and Alicia, we basically stood in the kitchen, went through all the music and went through all the dance moves.
The thing is, with Amber, she has like a disability, we'll say, when it comes to learning lyrics. It's not her strongest suit, bless her heart. She's great on stage, she's a great performer, she's a great singer, she's an amazing dancer. But when it comes to them lyrics,
I never hear making love, Amber, okay, I'm tripping. Making love. I keep saying making love.
The longer show is actually fun. There's some moments when we get to do some more solo stuff, and that's nice. It's unnerving a little bit, but it's nice. Amber and I get along really well. I love Amber to death. She's a very fun-loving lady. She's just funny to be with and, fun to hang around with. She's like, the other sister.
That's so very lovely, made from love. Love.
The practical jokes he plays on us.
So much. I can't even look at you. Damn, that was scary.
so being in charge or being the boss is not always the best thing. It's not always the easiest thing to do when you're working with pretty much family. But like any family, there are disagreements, there are arguments, there are conflicts, and one of my biggest pet peeves and reoccurring pet peeves with the ladies sometimes is their lack of punctuality.
So in the morning, we run some errands to get ready for the week and to get ready for that day. And we've got to take the rental car back, and we have a lot to do before 4 o'clock.
It's off on Motorway Boulevard right now.
Where?
No.
I don't know where that is. How far away are you?
We get very turned around when we're on our way to Enterprise.
You're late. Surprise. I was late.
And we finally get back, and we are, I believe, when I looked at my watch, it was 4:03.
We were late, but it wasn't like an hour. It wasn't like 10 minutes, but we were late. And I knew walking in what that was gonna be like.
We get in the car and it's silent.
I don't even know how far we had gotten before Marcus mentions being late.
This particular day, I was just fed up with it, and I really just wanted to stress the point of this is a brand, and what you do affects everyone. And at the end of the day, when it's a working day, I need that to be priority. And what's frustrating for me is that it normally seems to happen because you're not making punctuality or to show your priority when you make certain decisions and certain choices. And that's frustrating because then I can't win. Either I'm really nice and we're always late and we look unprofessional to the people that we're showing up to, or I'm an asshole to you all because I asked you to be on time for a job that I'm paying you for. Like, where do I win in that situation?
Do you want to reply?
Yeah, it's a question.
I wasn't going to say anything to this. No. No. Amber, on the other hand,
I'm like, okay, is this like the time where like you don't answer? Or like he asked a question?
There's only one answer. It's to allow more time.
Allow more time.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, are you? I just thought to myself, here we go.
Don't get emotional because I did not bottle it up. This is not the first time I've addressed this issue. So don't say don't say.
Feel attacked. And then of course I'm just like, my blood's like, my heart's beating, and I'm just like, I'm not ever late.
So now we're in a back and forth between these two. And then he'd say shooting back. I mean, it was just back and forth. I just wouldn't have stepped in that doggy doo. I wasn't gonna do it.
I mean, obviously it was fine after a while. I mean, after we got to the show, and and it was like, that was that. Like, we never like spoke about it again.
So we get to Amber's first show. We do make it. We're on time, believe it or not. And things are a little tense because we've had this altercation in the car. Who wants to have an altercation before the show when this is your first show? So she's a little this and that, and she comes in and she's talking about it. Oh, well, he talked to us like that and he was rude. And I said, well, not really. He was actually pretty professional. I mean, I tried to look at it from both sides. I understood her side of it, I understood his side of it. Anyway, so things are a little dicey there for a second because you still have to get up and perform in like an hour. And you have to be smiling at each other on stage. It has to be engaging. Needless to say, we all are professionals when it comes to that. So we're getting ready to do the show.
Of course, all of us are a little nervous, a little apprehensive about how it's gonna go. She's like studying her words and studying her lyrics in the corner as much as she possibly can to make sure that she doesn't mess up on stage.
On stage, I actually think that Amber and I have a really good blend. Her voice is really rich and powerful, and mine is a little bit brighter than hers, but they blend well, they mesh well together.
I am so glad to say that she nailed the lyrics. It was great the whole way through. She did an amazing job in the show, and we had a lot of fun doing it.
Marcus is the most fun to work with ever. I mean, to go to a sound check and laugh hysterically, but also get everything done under an hour, Marcus, like that's Marcus all day long.
So the ladies went wig shopping because, they have to do that from time to time to update the look. And so I decided to take part of the fun. Today we are at Coral Lakes in Boynton Beach, Florida. That's right, Coral Lakes in Boynton Beach. It was on sale for $10, so why not? It's so funny, I think Bart, our bass player, was the first to arrive, and he honestly did not recognize me. That good lace front, honey.
It made him look like Ashford from Ashford and Simpson, Nick Ashford.
I woke up like this.
I woke up like this. He's just whipping it back and forth.
I wore my wig for all of rehearsal. We acted a little crazy during Natural Woman, Amber and I, and that's what we do. We have fun.
Give it up for Marcus.
So we're in rehearsal, and the MC, I believe his name was Bruce, comes up to me. We're, talking back and forth. He asked me the order of the show, and then he asked me what the second to last song was so that he knows when to be ready to come back on stage. So I'm like, okay, the second to last song is Mustang Sally. He's like, okay, great. I know that one, that's a good song, I'll be singing along. He's like, what's the last song? And I was like, well, you won't know this one, it's an original song. It's called Get Up.
Get up, I can't get up anymore.
That's when they got medicine for that, don't they? He's like, yeah, I can't get up anymore. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, there's a pill for that you could probably take if you want some assistance. He's like, yeah, I tried the pill. I didn't swallow it right. I woke up with a sore throat. I love you already.
This is my wife.
Hey. He told some joke about penises that I don't remember at the start of the show, which is always a great way to start a show, right? And he was awesome. So that's Bruce.
My favorite part of working with Marcus Terell and the Serenades is the feeling of family, and I say that, and I mean that. I'm not trying to be cheesy. It's family, at this point. And I love what I do. Like I love performing, and when you're around people who love it as much as you do, it's magic. And it makes, you know, all the little fights and all the bickering and all the stress and the frustration, honestly, it makes it disappear.
What's your favorite part about being with Marcus and the Serenades?
Just being around my friends, honestly. Ah! Jeez! Oh my God! We're still on, by the way, everybody. Okay. So, anyway.